Hey guys, this is Super Ivy, the hashtag hero, here with an episode of Hero Talks where I will share inspirational tidbits and conscious conversation. So, personal development, personal growth, and the occasional personal story. So, let's get personal. I've been wanting to do these kinds of videos for so long, like I kid you not, like since 2015, like when I first had this idea to do like rant style videos, and now I'm finally basically doing it. So it's not like a full on rant, like I do have some bullet points, but I basically get to like just straight up talk about stuff now, which is great because that is actually the purpose or the reason for this episode. So, this episode is all about self expression, okay? And the main prompt or the question that I want to bring for you guys today is, when was the last time you were fully self expressed? Like, think about it. Like, when was the last time you were fully yourself, like 100, like completely just straight up you, like no filter, like no extra whatever to make other people happy, like you just being you? When was the last time that was your reality? And I think it's good to actually write that out. Like it's a good way to kind of become self-aware, because I had to ask myself that. And like I was reflecting on all of this because I journal quite a bit. And I thought to myself, like, dang, like, well, aside from honestly, the last time I was fully self expressed was like my last IGTV story where I was telling you guys about the Mercury retrograde situation I had with my internet and my group coaching program. But like, aside from that, like, before then, it was a long time ago. Like, it's like it shows itself in different ways, but like a time in your life where you were so self-expressed, like you were just being you, and like what was that like? So I also want to pose the question of who or what makes you feel that way. Like, is there a group of people or a best friend that you can like just share all these crazy memes with, like, somebody, a dancing partner that you could like just completely like let loose with, like who in your life allows you to have that space, like to be that expressed, right? And what does that feel like? And I'm sure it's like a complete, it just feels liberating, for me. I could speak for myself. It feels super liberating. And I think as everyday superheroes, it's like you have to know or live from a place where you're fully yourself, because that is where so much of your power comes from. You can't hide behind what you think other people want or what you think you need to be like, because that, it stifles your growth, it stifles your productivity, it just stifles your impact. And I decided most recently, especially like this year, I'm like, yo man, I ain't getting no younger. I love getting older, don't get me wrong, but it's like you get older and you just stop caring as much. Like you just stop caring as much about what other people think, and you just start doing you. And like now that I'm like back to doing me, it just feels so good. And I'm like, yo, I only got one job these days, one job, and that's just to be fully me, yo. And it's like you have to go through the times where you're not fully you, so that when you do start being fully you again, it feels like you can tell a huge difference. Like I feel like I had to go these periods in my life where I wasn't fully me to like know now, like, okay, right, no, like this feels good, like I need to do this, more of that. Right? So who else, like who in your life makes you feel self-expressed, or what in your life makes you feel self-expressed? Is it like recording a podcast? Is it like, what you wear? Like some people's self-expression is like a big part of like their fashion sense. I feel like for me, I didn't know this until like I started doing this exercise. Like for me, it is like what I wear or how I wear my hair. Like I didn't realize like me wanting to dye my hair all these crazy colors or wear 2 earrings and do all this stuff. Like that's my form of self-expression. I'm often fully self-expressed like that, but I also know and have seen times where like I'll wear colors or certain things that just aren't really me, and it just feels contracting. It doesn't feel expansive. It doesn't feel like fresh and free and live. It feels like ugh, right? Like it just doesn't feel good. So I'm like making it a point now, at least if I'm gonna make a choice, I'll know, I'll be aware, like, okay, I'm making the choice to not be as fully self expressed as I could be, or I'm making the choice, like, right now, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna wear my sparkles, I'm gonna do my hair like this, I'm gonna not give a crap, right? So I think it's just so excellent to like really stand in who you are, and be completely authentic about it and unapologetic, because there is only you, like no one else is you. Like they might be doing the same thing you're doing or like having some of the same things you have, but they are not you still at the end of the day. Like only you are you, you know? So it's like you gotta like celebrate that. Like be that. You got one job. Like I said, you got one job, is to be you. And even if you think about like superheroes, if you see like you've seen some of the outfits that superheroes wear, it's like only fully self-expressed folks would be wearing some of these outfits. Like Batman, for example, is my favorite superhero. Like he's wearing a skin tight black suit with a cape and like got tiny bat ears on his head. Like you have to really be self-expressed to be doing that kind of thing. Or it's like maybe Stan Lee's self-expression or whoever. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's you have to be fully in it. And it's like everyone will then accept you. And if they don't, well, then they don't. But at least you did your one job. You know what I mean? At least you were fully you. And that's that. So, ain't nobody can take that away from you. And that's the beauty of it. So, I decided that I'm going to be fully me. Like, I'm going to dress how I want to dress. That was always kind of easy. But I'm going to talk the way I want to talk. Like, I'm going to have my accent, even though it makes me cringe sometimes when I hear myself say coffee and like morning and things like that, whatever, but at least it's me. I got to admit, it's more comfortable to just talk with my accent than to not. So I'm just going to like do it. You know what I mean? Ooh, and where can you be self-expressed? Like where are the places in your life, both physical and non-physical? So what I mean, like for example, like I was talking to a friend earlier today about journaling, and I was like, if you can't be yourself fully in your journal, then God help you. You know what I mean? Because some people, I've spoken to some people about this, and they're like, they don't journal anymore because someone like read it once when they were a kid or something like that. And I'm like, dang. Or like now when they journal, they just like don't say everything. And I'm like, then what is the point? I'm like, the whole point is for it to be therapeutic and for you to like let things go and be yourself. If you can't be yourself by yourself, then God, like then what you doing? Like where and what are you really doing though? Like you gotta have a place for it, whether it's like maybe it's your hobby, maybe I'm a dancer, so like as a dancer, it's like I feel fully self-expressed when I get to like do modern dance improv, or if you're a singer, maybe it's doing that, like, or if you're a painter, maybe you're not the self-expressed person like with what you wear, but in your artwork, maybe you are, or like how you deal with other people, maybe you are, but like it's good to just discover what that self-awareness is for you. So that's basically all I wanted to cover in this episode. I just wanted to like spark this conversation of self-expression. Honestly, I feel like there's nobody who was fully or is fully self-expressed that isn't fulfilled. You know what I mean? Like I could be wrong. Like feel free to hit me in the comments like, "Oh no, so and so is self-expressed but they're unfulfilled." Like, or I am self-expressed but I am unfulfilled. Like whatever. Like for sake of discussion, I would like to, bring that up. I honestly feel like if you're fully self-expressed, things just start working for you, man. Like I can think to all the times where I was really doing me and it just worked, like when I was on Periscope every single day when it first came out, like magic was happening. I felt amazing. I would go on there and do anything I wanted to do, and it was fun and it was cool and it was great. And like I feel like people feed off of that kind of energy, so even now with this, it's like I'm gonna do this and see who vibe with it, and like you just never know. And I think the more people that are self-expressed, the more it encourages others to do the same. And like, then that's all of us standing in our power. So that's like super heroic, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a great idea. And honestly, I just want you guys to use this time to be self-aware about it. Like, just journal it out. Use the prompt, ask yourself, maybe write it could be a linear list, it could be an Evernote, it doesn't even really matter. What matters is you do the work, right? Like, just try it out and see. So you can at least know, like, oh wow, like this is something that I really value. This is how I want to show up. And then you can go ahead and do that. So that's all I got for today. You're joining me here on my couch, actually in Berlin right now. It's like middle of the night, but I wanted to do this because I was like feeling the inspired action. And one of my affirmations is I take inspired action. I easily take inspired action. So here goes. Alright guys, so this has been Super Ivy the hashtag hero, and if you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button and of course the bell so that you can get all of the fun notifications every time I post a new video. So that's also fun. And that's that for now. So new videos every week. If you enjoy this, you know what to do. Smash the like button, as they say, and I will catch you guys on Instagram and whatnot. Alright, this has been Super Ivy, the hashtag hero. Hero out.